Hello students, welcome to RDBMS online classes. In this today's session, I would like to explain about the DML commands. So now let us start our session. Okay. Total how many types of commands we have? 4 types of commands. The SQL commands are categorized into, mainly classified into 4 types. They are DDL commands, DML commands, DCL commands and TCL commands. DDL stands for Data Definition Language. DML stands for Data Manipulation Language. DCL stands for Data Control Language. TCL stands for Transaction Control Language. Transaction Control Language. In the previous class, we have already discussed about the DDL commands. How many types of DDL commands we have? First, DDL stands for Data Definition Language. Don't forget about this word. DDL stands for Data Definition Language. All first letters formed a DDL. All first letters formed like a DDL commands. How many DDL commands we have? 6 DDL commands. Create, describe, alter, drop, truncate, rename. These 6 are DDL commands. In the previous class, these all commands we have executed in practical way. Okay? You better to practice at your home. Then only will get the clear awareness how to use that commands. So those are DDL commands. Now in this today's session, we have to know, in this today's session, we have to learn about the DML commands. DML stands for Data Manipulation Language. DML stands for Data Manipulation Language. These commands are used to modify the database. These commands are used to modify the database. It is responsible for all form of changes in the database. Previously, with the help of DDL commands, first we need to create the table structure, and after that, by using DML commands, we can create the, we can insert the data in that table structure. So that is the difference between DDL and DML commands. DDL commands are used to create the table and modify the table and delete the table and also delete the columns and also modify the complete table structure. Table structure are nothing but what? Columns. So if you want to create any table, compulsory column names required now. So that column names we can define with the value names, or we can also change after that. If you want to change that column name, by using alter command we can change. So by using DDL commands, we can simply change the table structure. We can create the table structure and we can change the table structure, and also we can delete the table structure. If you want to add one more column, so that is also possible with the help of DDL commands. So in DDL commands, with the help of DDL commands, we can't insert the data. We can't insert the data. We can't manipulate the data. We can't update the data. We can't delete the data. Because of DDL commands are used to only DDL commands, all DDL commands are related to table structure only, not for data. But if you want to if you want to insert the data, or if you want to change the data, or if you want to modify the data in that predefined table, we can use DML commands. DML stands for Data Manipulation Language. Data Manipulation Language. It is responsible for all form of changes in the database. The command of DML is not auto committed. In DDL commands, by default, all commands are auto committed, but in DML commands not auto committed. We must have to use the commit statement to store our data permanently in our database. Okay, but while creating the tables, while deleting the tables, while modifying the tables, commit command not required. Actually commit command required, but that using the responsibility is not by the developer. That responsibility will take by the DBMS softwares. But while using the DML commands, insert the data, update the data, delete the data, select the data, for that committed, the data should be committed by the developer only. That responsibility will take by the database developer only. Nothing but who are learning the database, who are creating the database, who are inserting the data. So that responsibility will take by the database developer only. Got it? Because of DDL commands are auto committed by default, but DML commands are by default not auto committed. So that commit responsibility will take by the database user or database developer. Got it? Right. There are 4 types of DML commands. What are they? Select, insert, update, delete. These 4 are DML commands. So first we have to practice. First we have to see the second command. After that we can use the next select command, first command. Because of, so by using DDL commands we can create the tables. By using insert, by using DML commands, in the DML commands with the help of insert command we can insert our data into a table. Okay, so now first statement is what? Select. First command select, second command insert, third command update, fourth command delete. So these 4 commands are DML commands, data manipulation language commands. So now first we have to understand about the insert command. Okay, after that we can see the select command. One by one we have to know right now. So first I am opening the SQL, Oracle SQL. Now I am opening. Now I am connecting the data. Connect system. Password is admin. So database has connected now. So without the connection of this database, we can't use the SQL statements because of we can't communicate with the database software. We cannot access the database. So if you want to use the database, first we must need to create the connection with the username system and the password is admin in our database. Okay. So okay now. So now first we have to use the select statement. Select start from std. In the previous class, in the last class we have created the student table. So no rows selected. That means the data already we have deleted. In this table, the data we have already deleted in the previous session by using truncate command. So that's why here we must need to enter the data. We must need to insert the data one more time in the student table. Okay. So by using insert command. So now I am renaming for your understanding purpose std to student. Rename std to student. Okay. So table has renamed. Now student. So no rows selected. So the std table is changed to student table. Renamed. File name changes and table name changes. Cannot try to concentrate here. So now I am inserting the data by using insert command. Insert into student values. So now I am inserting the data. For that insert command we can use. Insert into, in which table we have to insert? In which table we want to insert the data? Student table. So that's why here the student table name I have passed here. And what we are entering? Values now. In the student table already we have created the data. Carefully observe. Now I am opening one Excel sheet. So this is our, it is opening, just wait. Right, all of you carefully observe here. So now this is our table. This is our table. So ID, name, class. Okay, these three columns we have. So these three are column names. While creating the table, we can create this type of structure in our database. So the table structure we can create with the help of DDL commands. In the table structure contain rows and columns. And column also having column titles, ID, name, class. These three are attributes in our table. So now this is student table, just assume. Okay, na? Try to accept this one. This is student table. Student contains these three attributes, these three columns. Student table contains these three column names. Okay, these three column names. So here, now I am inserting the data. Insert into student. Now I am using the command to intimate the database. Insert into. Now I am trying to insert the data into which table? Student table. In this table. Okay. What we are entering, these all are values now. Except these column titles, these all are values now. So that's why values we must have to enter. So 101 is the first value, name is Siva, class is BCom, like that. So first record contains three values. So like that, now I am inserting the values. 101, Siva, BCom. Okay. So first record inserted. Now I am inserting second record. Now I am inserting second record. How we can insert second record? 102, Pawan. So BCom. Next 103. Prashant. BCom. 104. Rohit. BCom. Okay. So 4 records I inserted in this. Now DDL commands are auto committed. So that's why commit command we have not used it at that time. But here DML commands are not auto committed by default. So that's why we must have to use the commit statement. Commit command. Then only these 4 transactions will permanently save these 4 transactions data. Nothing but each and every line is a one statement. Each and every line is a one transaction. Okay. So these 4 transactions data, it is storing into permanently in our hard disk with the help of commit command. So commit completed now. So like this we can insert the data. Now I want to see the data by using select command. Select command is used to what purpose? This command is used to retrieve selected data from the database. This command is used to, the select command is used to retrieve selected data from the database. So now I am using select command. Select star means all columns. The table contains how many columns? According to our created table, 3 columns we have. Star means 3 here. According to this example, if you have 100 columns, star means 100 also, star equal to 100. From which table? Student table. Now we are getting the data by using select command. We are getting the data to see from student table. Got it? Select means select the data. Select all columns data. Star means all columns data from student table. Okay? Press enter key. So this is our inserted data. So if you want to see the data from existing table, we can use the select command like this. Okay? Select command like this. So this is the select statement. So how many commands we have completed till now? 2 commands. Select command, insert command. Now we have to update command. We have to see the update command. Update command functionality is what? Carefully observe here. 101 Siva become 102 Pavan become 103 Prashant become 104 Rohit become. So now I want to change my group is BCom right now. So now I want to update BCom to BSc. How we can change the database? By using DML update command. Update table name is what? Student. Update student set. Update student set. Update చేస్తున్నాను ఇక్కడ. Update command is used to update the table data. In which table? Student table. At which record? Set class equal to class class equal to BSc. Okay na? Update select set చేస్తున్నాను. Now I am updating the data from which table? Student table. Where? In this column set class BCom. Okay, if you end this query, then all columns data will update. But now I don't want to change all columns data. Only the first record I want to change BCom to BSc. So for that, where class I am using? Where id equal to roll number equal to roll number equal to 101. Okay, 101 semicolon. One row updated. So is in previous select star from student we have used na? In that first record content class is what? BCom. Siva has BCom student. Okay, I am BCom student right now. Okay, so now after updation, now I am BSc student. Now I am using the select statement. Carefully observe. Select start from student. Now it has updated BCom to BSc na? So like that, if you want to update the data in our table, update command we can use. Update table name set class. Okay na? If you haven't used where class here, all columns data will update directly. All BCom to BSc you can update. So that is not right way. So one particular person, now I want to change the class BCom to BSc. Okay, according to their requirement. Here my requirement is what? At first 101 record, Siva record, instead of BCom, now I want to change the BSc. So not required to change all columns data. So in that case we can use the where class. So now our concept is what? Update command. Update command is DML command. So like that we can update the data. Last one is what? In this DML commands, delete. So now I want to delete one record. So here first record I want to delete. Okay, first record. Delete. For that I am using the delete command. Delete from student. Okay, where which record first? 101 na? Where roll underscore number equal to 101. So one row deleted. So like that, in this complete 4 records, the first record I have deleted here by using delete command. So like that we can delete the single record data. Now is it deleted or not? How we can check? By using select statement one more time. So how many records it is showing right now? 102, 103, 104. Where is 101? We have deleted previously. So that's why we can use the delete statement to delete any record in the table. Delete from which table? Student table. If you end this one, it will show the error. So that's why now I want to delete only first person data, first record data, where roll number 101. So first it will fetch the 101 data, 101 Siva BSc. After that, delete from that student table. That particular single record it will delete by itself by using delete command. Right. So DML commands are also over. Now let us understand about the DCL commands. DCL stands for Data Control Language. Data Control Language. It is used to control privileges in the database. Privileges are nothing but it is the permissions. Privileges are nothing but it is a permission. So now my table data, now we are connected at which database? System database now. So in this system database, we have created student table, we have inserted the student data, and we are doing these many operations because of the student table is available. Because of the student table is available in system database, in system user. Okay. Now I want to give the permission to some other user. This student data now I want to share to some other person. Okay. So for that, how many types of commands we have in the DCL commands? DCL stands for data control language. It is used to control privileges in database. Privileges are nothing but permissions. So my table data, now I want to share to some other person. So for that, some other user person. How many types of commands we have? DCL commands? Grant, revoke. Grant is used to. This command is used to give user access privileges to the database. Privilege names are select, update, delete, insert, alter, all. These all are privilege options. Okay? Privilege options. If you assign the select statement, if you assign the select here, then only the data can be seen by the other user, cannot be updated by them. But if you use the update command, you have to give the chance to update. You given a chance to update your database, that user also, that second user also. So how we can give the permission? First we can understand. So now connect. At first I am creating CL space SCR, clear the screen, that one. And now I am connecting the default database. Connect system admin. Now I am creating one more user. Create user Siva, identified by Siva. So conflicts with another user role name. Just try to understand. Because of already Siva created, the user already created. So now I am dropping that user. Drop user Siva. Now, just now I have dropped that one. So now I am again creating the name. User. So the system Siva. Two users we have right now. Okay. Show user. Show user command is used to in which user we are running. System user we are running. Okay. So now I am creating the session for Siva. Create, grant, create session to Siva. Okay, grant succeeded. Session created for the Siva. In Siva, the session is created for the Siva in which user? System user. Because of in the system user we have connected, not Siva user we haven't connected. Now we are in system user. Show user command is showing the current user is running the status. Now we are in system user database. So in system user we have created Siva user. Okay. Now we are in system user. We have created one more user with the name of Siva. And session is also created for the Siva in system. These all operations are going on in system user only, not Siva user. Now I am giving the permission. Grant all is the all permissions. Carefully observe how many permissions we have. Select, update, delete, insert, alter, all. If you give the all permissions, then all permissions will give to the access to other user. Okay. From system to Siva. Now I am granting the permission to see my database. All on which database you want to see? Which database the Siva user want to see? Student database. Student, grant all on to Siva user. Okay. నేను గ్రాంట్ చేస్తున్నాను అన్నమాట. ట్రై టు కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ హియర్. నవ్ ఐఎమ్ గ్రాంటింగ్ ద పర్మిషన్. విచ్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ పర్మిషన్ ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్? ఆల్ పర్మిషన్స్. If you want to see the data, then select command you can use. If you want to change the data, then you can update command. You can use the update command. If you want to insert the data in my database, then insert command also it can work. If you use the all privilege here, then all operations it can support. Select, update, delete, insert, alter. Okay. So now I am giving the all permissions to Siva user from system user. సిస్టమ్ యూజర్ నుంచి శివ యూజర్కి అన్ని పర్మిషన్స్ ఇస్తున్నాను. ఎక్కడికి? ఒక టేబుల్ మీద, స్టూడెంట్ టేబుల్ మీద మాత్రమే ఇస్తున్నాను. కేర్ఫుల్లీ అబ్జర్వ్. నవ్ ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ ద పర్మిషన్ ఓన్లీ ఆన్ స్టూడెంట్ టేబుల్ ఫ్రమ్ సిస్టమ్ యూజర్ టు శివ యూజర్. సో గ్రాంట్ సక్సీడెడ్. ఓకే. సో నవ్ ఐ am connecting to Siva. Now we are connected in, now we are in Siva user, not in system user. Now we have connected with the system user. Show user Siva na? Okay, right. Now we are in Siva user. So now I want to see that student table. Student table is available in system user na? Student table is available in system user, not Siva user. But I have granted the permission. System user granted the permission to Siva to see student data. So for that, session created to the Siva. Session create chestene permission malli venakku teesukogalam. So that's why I have created the session. Now I want to see that student data from Siva. Siva nunchi system user data మనం చూస్తున్నాం. Select start from student. View table or view does not exist because of ఈ టేబుల్ ఎందులో ఉందమ్మా? స్టూడెంట్ టేబుల్ సిస్టమ్ యూజర్లో ఉంది. ద స్టూడెంట్ టేబుల్ is available in system user, but we are in Siva user na. So after granting the permission also it is not giving the permission. Why? So if you want to see the other user data, that username is also we can mention here system.student. Then the data is showing now. So like that we can see we are in which user? Siva user. We are in Siva user, but select star from system to student. సిస్టమ్ డేటాబేస్ మనం చూస్తున్నాం లేదా? సిస్టంలో ఉన్న సిస్టమ్ యూజర్లో ఉన్న స్టూడెంట్ డేటాబేస్ వీఆర్ లుకింగ్ హియర్ రైట్ నౌ. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద functionality is this one. Now I want to cancel this permission. So how you can cancel that one? By using revoke command. Revoke command is used to cancel the previously granted or denied permissions. So నేను ఆల్రెడీ పర్మిషన్ ఇచ్చాను, పని అయిపోయింది. సో అగైన్ I want to get back my permission I want to cancel my given permission from the Siva. So if you want to cancel that permission, you need to jump that system user na. So that's why first you need to connect to system user. System password is admin. Now we are in system user. Okay. ఇప్పుడు శివాలో మనం లేము, సిస్టమ్ యూజర్లో ఉన్నాం. సిస్టమ్ యూజర్ నుంచి పర్మిషన్ ఇచ్చింది. వీ హ్యావ్ గ్రాంటెడ్ ద పర్మిషన్ ఫ్రమ్ సిస్టమ్ యూజర్ టు శివ. నౌ ఐ ఆమ్ క్యాన్సిలింగ్ ద పర్మిషన్ ఫ్రమ్ సిస్టమ్ యూజర్ టు శివ. హౌ వీ కెన్ క్యాన్సిల్? revoke all on student from. Previously we have used to, but from means from Siva to permission I am collecting, return I am collecting. So revoke granted, revoke succeeded, nothing but that permission I am getting back right now. Previously I am given the permission to see my data from system user to Siva. Siva has taken a permission. Siva user has taken a permission to see the system user data. So the task is over. Okay. Now I am cancelling. The system user is cancelling the permission from the Siva. Here how many commands we have in DCL? Data control language, two commands, grant and revoke. So first one is granting the permission, second one is cancelling the permission. The revoking is the revoke command is used to cancel the permission. So previously we have granted the permission from the system user to Siva, and now we are revoking the permission from system user to Siva. Okay, system user from Siva. So grant succeeded. So permission has cancelled. How we can check? Again we need to connect to the Siva na? Because of the data is visible or not. How we can check? Siva. Now we have connected with the Siva user. Now I am looking the data. Select star from system to student. So it is not showing the system.student, nothing but cancel, permission cancelled. So that's why the same statement if you use again, it is not showing any data because of the permission has cancelled by the system user. So like that we can use the DCL commands, grant and revoke. Okay. Now I am closing this session. I hope you enjoyed this session. In the next class, we will discuss about the TCL commands. Thank you very much. You better to practice at your home, then only you can understand about all the things. Thank you.